Alright, I'm back with another Destiny 2 video. There is a ton to talk about with Lightfall, the good and a lot of the bad stuff. Been writing about that a good bit. Had some thoughts on campaign Strand yesterday. I'm starting to like Strand a little bit more as time goes on. I'm starting to get the exotics and, more aspects and fragments. The grapple remains an issue, but I have hope for the subclass as a whole. The campaign is another story, but we will dive into that a different day because today is TWAB day, and I'm not really expecting a whole lot here. Probably just some known issues and things, and I don't know, maybe a small preview of what's coming. But I heard most of this was written before Lightfall even came out, so it's launch week. I mean, they're pretty busy, and I'm not expecting some massive thing here. So we will see what's going on here. All right. This week at Bungie, we're stopping by to talk about Lightfall, take a leisurely stroll down memory lane, share a deeper look at the sounds of Lightfall, and offer a look at known issues players have reported since launch. It's a busy week as Guardians embark on their own journey into Neomuna. It's been a blast watching Guardians share these epic Strand takedowns. Seriously, y'all are putting grapple through its paces, and it's glorious. Don't stop. And those favorite shared favorite moments taking on Callus's forces so far. There's a lot more on the way, but for now, let's focus on launch week. Okay, so I'm going to pause right here, and there's not going to be some big apology here for everyone's mad about a lot of aspects of Lightfall, and it is not being terribly well received. That's not going to be in this TWAB. They're going to need to absorb all of this feedback for a very long time, and I would not expect that to be addressed until later. I might expect someone like Joe Blackburn to comment on that directly, and then, talk about maybe future changes that are being made and whatever, but don't expect, anything like that here. Before we get started, here's what we're talking about in this week's TWAB, incoming updates to Strand. Oh, they're already doing updates. Okay. Maybe that means the other fragments that are coming. I'm not sure. Cinematic welcome to Season of Defiance and a new year of storytelling. Highlighting the incredible music of Lightfall, a closer look at The Witness, getting suspicious with Among Us, introducing the next raid, and sharing a few key dates that you should remember. Celebrating the month of March with our phenomenal Women at Bungie Club, sharing the love from our friends at PlayStation Studios, some of our favorite fan art movies of the week. Last week's blog. All right, Strand updates incoming. Oh, okay, so they are addressing this a little bit. As more players complete the Lightfall campaign to get their hands on Strand, we've heard the initial and constructive feedback. As with any new subclass in Destiny 2, we have to make sure Strand feels great in players' hands once they've realized its full power and that evolution doesn't stop at day one. To that end, we've decided to release a live update that will unlock the ability to earn the full suite of Strand fragments for all players later today. What? Okay. The ability to earn the full suite. Okay, so they're not locking them behind the world's first? Is that what this is saying? So you'll still have to pay the Strand price for them, and fragments are sold individually across classes, but there are a bunch of them that are either time gated till next Tuesday or after the world's first raid race. Some people thought maybe the raid race ones were disabled because of some strategy or something, but I don't know. They usually just time gating these things essentially for no reason. So that is changing. With these additional fragments, it will be class specific to unlock, and you'll need the Strand meditations to acquire them. It should be a great way for everyone to experience more of what Strand has to offer before we head into next week's raid. Okay, this is a good idea. There are a lot of fragments in there that sound interesting. There's a lot of, on Warlock, there's at least 2 threadling ones where one is just straight give threadlings more damage and I think more AoE. And so there's definitely some ones locked away there that should hopefully make Strands a lot better. I don't know why that stuff is time gated in the first place. It just, I feel like they have to stop time gating things for Timegate's own sake. All right, they're going to keep an eye on Strands. That's essentially what they're saying. Speaking of which, we'll need to ensure Strand is balanced against the rest of our subclasses so everyone has a solid raid experience next week. We'll be keeping an eye on Strand's performance as more players unlock it fully and wield it in the wild. Stay tuned as we get closer to Root of Nightmares opening on March 10th. Okay, so that's something they're doing immediately. That's happening today. That's pretty good. That's a good reaction. Strand, honestly, I think is the least of Lightfall's problems. That is something that I think can just, be tweaked into being better over time. And I do fundamentally like many aspects of Strand. But it's, it's good to see them moving quickly on this in one way they can at least. Story's just begun. We know there are still plenty of questions left unanswered at the end of Lightfall's campaign that you're all eagerly awaiting answers to. The events of Season of Defiance get into full swing this week. Know that this is just the beginning of the next year of storytelling that will connect the events of Lightfall in the final shape. Can't learn wait for the community to learn more about the Witness's origins, its objectives, and the ways we can thwart it and its disciples throughout Season of the Deep, as well as Seasons 22 and 23 later this year. So, the veil awaits us, I guess. I have some thoughts on Season of the Deep based on something I just saw in the game, but we'll talk about that later. Season of Defiance brings with it a powerful new fantasy as Guardians land boots on ground now that they've reached a point where the war is here and on two fronts. Here's Season of Defiance trailer. The Season of Defiance opening mission and cinematics were very good. I think these are two different teams. Like, the seasonal teams are different than the expansion teams, and I think the seasonal teams have been very solid lately. Obviously, Witch Queen was solid too, but I would not be surprised if Season of Defiance ends up being better narratively than what we just saw with Lightfall. Not that that's a terribly high bar, but I did think it started out strong. There is a Lightfall page here to learn more about what's ahead. Is this new, or is this just the existing Lightfall page? Okay, it's the same page. This is a Vidoc on Lightfall music, which I think is very good. Darkness Unveiled, a match made dramatic entrances. This is a developer insight about the darkness. I think we've already seen this, right? I'm pretty sure. There's the Among Us crossover. I don't have much to say about that. That's something. It's another collaboration with Epic, because Epic owns Among Us now, right? Don't they? They did the Fortnite skins, and now they're doing this. So we have Saint Osiris, who's not an imposter. Good. Shax, Titan Hunter, Warlock, Garrus Moore, and Marasov. You can get Pukas, Ghosts, High Worms, and a Paracausal Surprise. Is that the... It's the horse, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. This is... Show us your best Among Us inspired looks so we can admire and be suspicious of those Guardians. Guardians Cosmic Cube to make sure we see it. So they're doing some sort of fashion contest for that. I've seen a lot of people do Among Us costumes already. So that's there. One speculation was that maybe they're going to do like Among Us armor as part of the crossover, like they did with Fortnite, but they didn't. They've done a couple crossovers where they didn't do armor in Destiny, so I'm not super surprised. The raid dates. Okay, so we have a lot of dates here. Root of Nightmares on March 10th. We knew that one. Evie's crunching something behind me. Evie crunching. All right, Nightfall's Heist Battleground Mars Week 2 on March 7th. That should be something. Hypernet Current, that's the new strike. One new strike in Lightfall. The new Arms Dealer, which everyone hates. Glassway. Lake of Shadows, which everyone hates. People really do not like these reworks. I haven't played them yet. I'm like just going into the strike playlist now, but I've heard people really don't like what they did to these. GMs, starting on April 11th, Trials, these dates, Iron Banner, these dates. There's 3 of them now, which is good. And then Guardian Games is coming. Player support report, known issue list. Okay, some people cannot progress through the Hypernet Strike step of the campaign. Players in a fire team need to all be on step 13 of the Lightfall campaign for the quest to progress normally. They have disabled Disorienting Blow melee ability. Alright, they have disabled Jotun. I heard about that. You could get infinite ammo from Finders. Some people are having access with Lightfall Xbox pre-orders. And then we have a whole bunch of other known issues. Opening the accommodation snapshot screen on consoles may cause the game to crash. Preventing players from finding fire team posts on Bungie.net. Well, that's not good. Text chat visibility may appear faded or difficult to read on light backdrops. Non-Lightfall quests are appearing under Lightfall category. Master Dungeons are not displaying Artifice Armor as a possible reward preview. The names of the Season of Defiance Season Pass Ornament Set and Seasonal Armor Sets are swapped. Oh, okay. Some players are unable to join competitive Crucible matches after their in-game suspension is scheduled to expire. Players affected by this issue can resolve it by playing a match of comp with an alternate character. Elemental reloader mods do not apply. Their reloads be buffed to players if they load into a new activity or respawn. Reapplying the mods will return the buff. Well, that's not good. I heard this was all mods. Is this just reloader mods? That's not good either, though. I really haven't been using those for now. Guardian rank seasonal reset text incorrectly states ranks 6 to 10 are advanced ranks. And players at these ranks will reset to rank 5 at the end of the season. Ranks 7 through 11 are advanced ranks, and players will reset to rank 6. I got a whole thing on that, but I don't think that's a good idea. I think that's too much of a reset. I don't like things that reset between seasons. I don't like that. Swarmer's Warlock Exotic Leg Armor does not create threadlings when a tangle is thrown if the player has the Strand Shackle Grenade equipped. That's why I have the Threadling Grenade on. The Quicksilver Storm, Exotic Auto Rifle, and Touch of Malice Exotic Scout have lost their... Oh, I wonder why this didn't feel very good. Have lost their 40% damage increase against red bar enemies. Oh, man. Okay, well, I'm trying to get a bazillion kills with Quicksilver right now, and I'm like, this gun does not feel very great. So that's bad. Activating 4th time the charm with the first shot in Revision Zero's alternate fire mode results in players losing all alternate fire shots and kicking them from the alternate firing mode. Not great. The Ascendant Scepter mod's Triumph from Season Defiance is counting previous Season 19 mod unlocks for completion total, allowing players to complete the Triumph early. And if you did not unlock enough artifact mods in Season 19, you are blocked from completing this Triumph. Great. Veteran players starting Lightfall at Guardian Rank 6 will not receive Vanguard Lore Books 1 through 6 and only receive Vanguard Lore Book 7. All right. Shielded Foe 650 modifier is a placeholder. Mark all as seen button in collections no longer dismisses new item flashes. You had one job. Wendigo is missing part of its impact VFX. Season 19 Clan Staff is missing a title and description in English. Dimensional Hyper Trochoid Heavy can roll with a range masterwork despite not having a range stat. Manticore Exotic cannot be obtained from collections. All right, and there are many more past these. Like, I don't know, all the things that one-shot you at a high frame rates. Not great. Okay. Women's History Month. I think they've talked about this already because this emblem looks familiar. This is the emblem for it. If you get a $10 donation, here are all their PlayStation friends paying tribute to Lightfall here. Very nice. I wonder if Sony like mandates this or if people just do it to be nice. They probably just do it to be nice, but that's cool. All right, and here's Movie of the Week, Art of the Week. And that's it. Okay, so that was a little more than I thought. The biggest thing is obviously them unlocking the ability to get all of the Strand fragments, which means you can grind all weekend and get as much Strand materials as you can. Definitely recommend doing Legend playthroughs. That will give you a big stack of them. And the new escalation protocol, I still don't know the name of it. No, that's a strike name. Insight Terminus. Terminal Velocity, is that it? I don't know. Do that and you get 100 materials from the final chest of that. So every 2 of those you complete, you can unlock another fragment. So that is the TWAB, and I will have more to talk about Lightfall and write about tomorrow. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.